Giants are victorious tonight as they extend their winning streak to 3 as they beat the DBacks 2-0 in the first game of the final series against the DBacks this year of a 3-game series. This is Giants Roundup on Monday night, August 27th. To follow on Twitter, join the Crew Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. Yes, now the Giants are one game under 500 after tonight at 66 and 67 on the year. The D-backs fall to 72 and 59 as the Giants, maybe they're not going to make the playoffs this year, but they certainly would love to play spoiler on somebody and possibly Arizona. The Giants have actually held their own against the Snakes this year. And, man, a really good outing out of Chris Stratton tonight. 8 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, no walks. And he was just lights out tonight. And we've got to say special thanks to Ryan Vogelsong. He has gotten Chris Stratton right. And you got to say, I've got to say, he has a future possibly as a pitching coach at some time in his career. The only D-backs bat that did any damage to Stratton tonight was John Jay, who went 3 for 4. Then Patrick Corbin, good on the mound tonight, though, 2 earned, 9 strikeouts, and 7 innings pitched. Possibly the last time we see Patrick Corbin in a D-backs jersey, as he will be probably one of the most sought-after free agent pitchers this year. He will get a nice contract in a year where it's a weak free agent market as in terms of starting pitching. I'd probably rank him number 2 on the free agent starters available this offseason behind Dallas Keuchel. There's certainly going to be some teams after the services of Corbin. You got the New York Yankees, the Seattle Mariners, who desperately need a number 2 behind Mike Leake. Not Mike Leake, James Paxton. And then definitely the Angels are going to be looking for an ace this offseason. So I could see him somewhere like there. And then maybe the Giants. I think he would pitch. His stuff would do great at AT&T Park. But who knows? Maybe starting pitching all of a sudden has been solved. You got Andy Suarez for next year. You've got Derek Rodriguez. You do have Chris Stratton, who, if he can have a good month of September here, I could see him being a 4 in the rotation next year in year 5. Yes, Jeff Samardzija could be your 5 next season if he even pitches next year. I still think he's going to have arthroscopic surgery at some point. I wouldn't bank on him being back next year. You could probably bring back Derek Holland again for another year. And even if, say, the Giants go out and trade Madison Bumgarner, I think they'll be treading water. They've got Tyler Herb. They've got Sean Anderson down in the farm. So I don't think the Giants, they won't have a true ace yet, but we'll see what happens here this offseason. We've still got September to go. And speaking of the youngsters, the only scoring tonight came from Steven. Teach me how to Duggar. Teach me how to Duggar. All the Giants love it. All the Giants love it. And yeah, they only got 4 hits, but hey, the big difference maker was Steven Duggar's bomb tonight. It's that average up to 261, and he's been a little bit of a D-back killer thus far. So, and certainly Duggar, he's certainly cemented his spot for next year. He's going to be your starting center fielder. And then Hunter Pence 0 for 3. I think we could actually see, I would not mind possibly seeing Brandon Belt be showcased in left field here during the month of September. And that's where, if Brandon Belt does come back, he's not going to be playing. a lot of first base next year. I think first base is going to be property of Buster Posey once he returns from hip surgery. And I honestly, I think during the month of September, you showcase him in left field for a possible trade this offseason. As I certainly think in winter meetings, you're going to see Brandon Belt be on the market along. And we shall see what happens. But I also, Joe Panic's starting to maybe go with Chase Darno as your everyday. Maybe you go with Panda and Darno next year at second base. Or maybe bring somebody like Brian Dozier. I don't see Joe Panic being back in the lineup next year either. So it's going to look a bit different here. But I think during the month of September, maybe you see a split of Hunter Pence. I think definitely Pence should play a little bit, be playing here during the month of September, as it will be his farewell month. So I certainly think this is probably the last time we'll see Hunter Pence in a Giants uniform. So definitely give him some reps. But realistically, I'd like to see Brandon Belt get his fair share of reps in left field here during the month of September with, as I said, with Posey's move to first base imminent. If Belt's going to stay on the roster and stay with the Giants next year, he's likely playing left field next year. So that's where I stand on that, and hopefully he can be showcased here for a potential trade here. And then who knows, probably sometime this week, McCutchen will be traded, and we'll see Austin Slater slide to everyday right field. And then Gorkis will probably play off the bench. But also though, great, as I said, great job by Stratton. This is the Stratton we saw before his struggles. And that ERA is looking a skosh better at 4.99. Got it under 5. That's good. Now time to get that ERA down a skosh further. I'd like to see it I'd prefer it to get down to maybe a goal of below 4.5 before the end of the season. Tony Watson came in. This is one where I kind of questioned Bochy for bringing Strickland in the game. Yes, he did get the save. But question was it really worth it? I think I would have probably let Watson pitch to the last hitter, to be honest. As much as Strickland's kind of struggled since returning from the DL, and maybe he's better off closing than he is just getting work. But it definitely wasn't easy for Strickland tonight. He definitely threw a lot of pitches tonight. Pitched 13 pitches, 7 balls, 6 strikes, and that's one thing. But I've been concerned about Strickland since he's came back. He's definitely walked a lot of batters. And I think it would have been better off just to stuck with Strickland, to be honest. But I do like what the stat on Paul Goldschmidt tonight, 0 for 3 with just 1 walk. And I'll take that anytime. That's a good way to go. But even if you had no confidence, I probably would have gone with Reyes Maranta. And that's something I wouldn't mind seeing in September, on those nights where, say Will Smith struggles in September or something, or needs a night off. I would like to maybe see Reyes Maranta get some reps to close here during the month of September. It's time to have a little fun with the roster. Maybe see more of Austin Slater at first base, Brandon Belt in left field, and then, of course, Slater in right field here. Just get ready for 2019. Have some fun here during the month of September. And hopefully one of these call-ups in September will help out the Giants here in the long term. But certainly the Giants would love nothing more to play. They're looking like they're trying to play spoiler on Arizona Arizona's lead is just a half game over Colorado at 72-59. And they could be tied for first here by the end of the night once we get into the MLB Roundup here later. And LA just 2 back. So the Giants definitely have some opportunities to play spoiler here down the stretch. I want to take a look at tonight's attendance. It did not look like a sellout tonight, that's for sure. See, I wonder what the advertised attendance was tonight. And tonight's attendance was 38,808, not a sellout by any means. I think a great game for possibly the last time we see Patrick Corbin in a DBacks uniform. Now they move on to tomorrow, and tomorrow it will be Clay Buchholz, probably one of the great rehabilitation projects, against Madison Bumgarner, who just came off a really good start. So this could be a good opportunity to get a good 4-game winning streak going to get back to 500 tomorrow. And, of course, another opportunity to play spoiler on a contender here. And they've definitely held their own against Arizona here, as Arizona's offense has not been the greatest either this year. So definitely some opportunity here. All right, let's go to what few games we have in the MLB Roundup tonight. In the Bronx, the White Sox beat the Yankees 6-2, taking the win, Carlos Rodon. Taking the loss, Masahiro Tanaka, who surrenders 4 earned in 7 innings pitched. In Baltimore, the Orioles blanked the Blue Jays 7-0, taking the win, David Hess. Taking the loss, Sam Gavligio, who surrenders 4 earned in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Jonathan Villar goes 2 for 2. Chris Davis 1 for 4. Trey Mancini hits his 19th home run of the year. In Philly, the Nationals beat the Phillies 5-3, taking the win, Steven Strasburg. Taking the loss, Zach Eflin, who surrenders 3 earned in 5 1/3 innings. Rhys Hoskins goes 2 for 3 for the Phillies tonight. And now the Phillies have fallen 3.5 back of Atlanta as the DC gets back to 500 tonight. In Houston, the A's get pounded by the Astros 11-4, taking the win, Garrett Cole. Taking the loss, Brett Anderson, who gives up 5 earned in 2 2/3 innings pitched. Alex Bregman goes 4 for 5 tonight and hits his 25th home run of the year. Marwin Gonzalez goes 3 for 4. Former Grizzly Tyler White 2 for 4 tonight for the Astros. Marcus Semien hits his 11th home run of the year. Matt Chapman his 21st home run of the year. And then Lou Trevino, not a good return, 4 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitch. Emilio Pagan, 2 earned and 2/3 of an inning pitched. And Oakland loses a game on Houston. They fall 2.5 back on Houston, but still are comfortably in the wild card position at this point. In Chicago, the Cubs beat the Mets 7-4, taking the win. Steve Cishek taking the loss. Jerry Blevins, who surrenders 2 earned without recording an out. Anthony Rizzo goes 3 for 5 for the Cubbies tonight. Evan Plawecki goes 2 for 3 for the Mets tonight. 4 wasn't his best tonight. 4 earned in 6 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. And then John Lester still kind of struggling as of late. Jesse Chavez gets his 2nd save on the year. Now Chicago holds a 4.5 game lead over St. Louis at this point. And a game currently in the bottom of the 8th inning as Colorado is trailing the Angels 8-7 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the old John Gray showed up tonight, 5 earned and 6 2/3 innings. Osdrismar Despania, 2 earned and 4 innings pitched. Justin Anderson, an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Williams Jerez, 2 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. Jim Johnson, an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitched. And at the bad Adam Ottavino showed up tonight, 3 earned and 2/3 of an inning pitched for Colorado, as it looks like it's pitching optional tonight in the OC. And Colorado looking to get a tie of first place at this point. Now, if the season were to end today, Boston would, of course, win the AL East easily. Yes, but they are leaking a little bit of oil as of late. Boston would play the winner of Oakland and New York. Oakland would go to the Bronx to play the Yankees. And then Houston would host Cleveland in round 1 of the ALDS. In the National League, Atlanta the Cubs would be the 1 seed. They would host the winner of St. Louis and Milwaukee in the wild card game. And the wild card, it's still a dogfight. You got Colorado a game back. You have Philadelphia and LA 2.5 games back. But Philadelphia really leaking oil as of late, 3-7 in their last 10 games. And, of course, we're getting into spoiler season at this point, so you got to beware of the spoilers. And then Arizona would either fall into a tie and play off Colorado for the division, but would go on the road to play Atlanta in the first round. The winner would at this point. The night down on the farm, as we are getting into the final week of the PCL season in AAA before rosters expand in the month of September. The Rivercats lose to the 51s 4-3. And it looks like tonight's Fresno's Grizzlies game was canceled due to a water main rupture on the corner of Inyo and H Street tonight. And they were not able to serve food or keep the restrooms maintained. So there was just no way so this game will not be made up at any point. And in Sacramento, the Rivercats, as I said, lose to the 51s 4-3 tonight. Miles Schroeder going 2 for 5. Ronnie Freeman 2 for 4. Could be up with the Giants this weekend. Ryder Jones 2 for 4. Gregor Blanco 2 for 4. Casey Kelly, not bad. 3 earned and 6 innings pitched. Strikes out 7. I expect him to be back up with the Giants next week. Hey, a scoreless frame out of Tyler Beatty. 2 scoreless innings by Beatty tonight. And certainly we could. I'm hoping that maybe that's going to be the next project for Vogelsong, is to fix the mechanics of Tyler Beatty here. And I'm interested to see how he does in the Giants bullpen here during the month of September. And look at the standings. I think the PCL playoffs have been made and set at this point. Yeah, Memphis has clinched the American Southern. The only division that's left to be decided is the PCL American Northern, a half a game difference between the OKC Dodgers and the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. And this will be the last year they're going to have AAA baseball in Colorado Springs, as they will be moving to San Antonio after this year. And there is a good chance the Fresno Grizzlies will likely affiliate with the Milwaukee Brewers next year, but Memphis will go on the road to play either OKC or Colorado Springs in the first round of the PCL playoffs. All right, that's going to conclude it for your Monday night of Giants Roundup. I'll be back tomorrow night. Everybody have a great Monday night and have a great night.